Live from the financial capital of the galaxy, this is Blood Money. I'm your host, Rose Rosenthorn. Join me in the Predatory lender team as we cut into today's action. Joining us in the studio today is Jarbond and Annie. And from a farm we have Grand Kukan and Chart. The markets are quite bloody this week. Can you tell us what's going on there, Chart?
Certainly, Rose. Now you can see that we've had quite the bloody market with the markets down across the board. Now you can see with the Dow chart we've had quite a little pullback of late and have now come up and rallied to some good stabilization levels, now sitting above all its moving averages. Now looking at stochastics, you can see a typical sell signal with stochastics moving into the overbought. But since this chart is sitting above all its moving averages, offering good solid support, I would look for stochastics to embed and to continue this move higher for the Dow. And the upside target on this would be the upper Bollinger Band for the Dow. As for the Nasdaq, this one's an even stronger part of the trend. After its recent pullback and move to good stabilization levels, you can see stochastic is clearly looking like it wants to embed. Now, once it embeds, I could see the Nasdaq running up to its upper Bollinger Band. Same thing with the S&P. You can see that we're sitting on good solid support after its recent pullback above all of its moving averages. Stochastics is currently in the overbought, but the fact that you have these good support levels at this level, look for things to move up to its upper Bollinger Band. So this is Chart, sending it back to you at the studio.
Things have been active with the Australian dollar lately, and so we will take you to our Australian Bureau Chief, Sheila. She will tell us more.
Hi, this is Sheila Owen, reporting to you from the Predatory Lender Australian Bureau. Today we're talking about money. Ugly American white guy money versus beautiful Australian women money. We're going to start off with a $5 bill. Here we have some old dude, not very good looking, some bad facial hair. Whereas in Australia, where we have our pretty, colourful money, we have a beautiful lady wearing some nice pearls, some pretty earrings, and just a whole lot better looking. That's the $5 for you. Let's go to the $10 note. What does American ugly white guy money have on it? We have a guy who has a chick facial, a chick hairdo. So almost woman, but not quite, just a bad hairdo. Whereas on the Australian $10 note, we have a lovely lady, again, a hot chick compared to an ugly dude. And that's $10 for you. Now let's go to $20. Okay, first of all, this guy scares me. America, what were you thinking? He kind of looks constipated and is getting pretty old. I don't even want to look at this. I don't even want to look at this anymore. Let's go to Australia. Here we have a nice reddy orange color. And yeah, the lady's getting a little bit older, but still much better looking and much better to look at than the American bill, which just freaked me out. So, another comparison where Australian money is winning. We've got one more to look at though. $50. Of course, $50 from America, never fail, ugly white dude. Big surprise there. This one just has bad facial hair. Kind of weird looking eyebrows. And he's just not attractive. Nothing good to look at there. Let's go Australia. A yellow note. Again, something different and pretty to look at. And there we have it. An Australian hot chick yet again. Getting a bit older again. Still much better looking. Great skin. There you have it, folks. Australian money wins over American money any day. For more on the Australian markets, let's cross over now to Chart.
La-di-da-di, Sheila, it's time to party. Now looking at the Aussie data, you can see that we're in a bit of a consolidation period at this time. But since it's firmly above its 20-day moving average and we got good support with its 100-day, we see it breaking out above its shorter-term moving averages and heading higher. Now a little bit of a warning is stochastics is in the overbought level, but since we have good solid support with the price action here, we look for stochastics to possibly embed and head higher. And the upper part of that move would be to the upper Bollinger Band on that for the Aussie dollar. Now as for the rest of the Australian market, you can see that it's in much the same pattern. Bit of a fallback, and now we're into a bit of sideways consolidation level here. And since we're in a much tighter trading range, we could see this one giving you a possible breakout real soon. And stochastic is also in the overbought level, but looks like it'll be embedding soon. And this too can give you an upper run to its upper Bollinger Band. So this is Chart, sending it back to you at the studio!
This week on Petals and Thorns, we're going to discuss some different stocks. The first one is American Express. It's down 2.23%. What's happening at American Express?
American Express is down 2.23% this week on 4 technicals. Stochastics has it heading lower. But the stock is sitting on its 100 a day. So we see this one just moving sideways.
Our next stock is Bank of America. It is up 4.91%. Good for B of A. What's going on there?
Bank of America up 4.91% this week on news of a new CEO compensation plan. Shareholders seem to like it and have pushed the stock higher. Technically, we're at a golden cross, but there are signs of a double top, and stochastics are nearing the overbought level.
Our next stock is Caterpillar. It's down 2.06% down. What's going on at Caterpillar?
Caterpillar down 2.06% this week. Technically, the charts are overbought and have pushed the stock back to support. Now stochastics could embed and push the stock higher.
Our next stock we're going to talk about is Chevron. It is down 2.36%. What's going on at Chevron?
Chevron is down 2.36% this week. Off news, their executive vice president is stepping down to teach law at Arizona State. This news is as bad as their stock chart. I guess those who can do and those who can't teach at ASU.
Our next stock we're going to talk about is Home Depot. It is up 3.48%. Good for Home Depot. What's going on there?
Home Depot is up 3.48% this week from cost cutting and strong sales. The stock has had quite a run so far, so expect a pullback.
Our next stock is JP Morgan. It is up also 4.85%. What's going on at JP?
JP Morgan up 4.85% this week on a positive outlook at their Investors Day conference. This is sending the stock higher. Technically, the stock is headed for a golden cross, but stochastics is nearing the overbought level, so watch out.
Our next stock we'll talk about is Coca-Cola. It's down 5.38%. It's fizzed out, huh? What's happening at Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola Company will acquire the North American bottling operations of Coca-Cola Enterprises. So stay away for now and see what happens.
Our next stock we'll talk about today is Pfizer. It is down 2.45%. What's going on over at Pfizer?
Pfizer down 2.45% this week. Even though their new drug approved, it's too expensive for investors, so that has pushed the stock lower to the point where it is looking oversold.
Our next stock we'll talk about is United Technologies. It's up a bit, 0.19%. What's going on at United?
United Technologies sells $2.25 billion in debt. So expect it to go higher, higher, higher.
Our next stock is Walmart. It is up 1.08%. What's cooking on at the Always store, Walmart?
Walmart stores is pushing its suppliers to go green. That means green for you and green for me. Expect it to go higher.
Well, that's our show for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us 5 stars. And we'll see you next week. Happy hunting.